Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games, back with another really cool arcade game video for you tonight. Check this one out. This is the king of them all, y'all. This is probably the most famous arcade game ever released. The original Pac-Man Arcade Game by Midway, a Bally company, I believe it says on the top. The original yellow Pac-Man Arcade Game, in fine working condition all these years later. We don't usually get one in that's this good in this good a shape. This is our buddy Trevor's. He wanted us to work on it, and so we've got it working perfectly, and figured we would film a video for posterity's sake. So we'll check it out. These were plywood cabinets, and usually the deal with these is that whenever Miss Pac-Man came out, Pac-Man wasn't as big of a deal anymore, because now you could play Miss Pac-Man. So they kitted a bunch of them. So they would take this game and turn it into something else. And since it was early they may have thrown some of them away. I don't know, back in the day. So anyway, it's harder to find one that's still a Pac-Man with the yellow cabinet and the side art still there and everything. Because a lot of times they would paint them black and turn it into Capcom Bowling or something like that, which you've all seen them in. Or update it to Miss Pac-Man. You could do that too. You could they had a little kit where you could put the put a different marquee on it where it says Miss Pac-Man or Pac-Man Plus, and update the game board. But they never did that to this one. It's still its original game. We'll look over the artwork a little bit. The cool thing about these is they have these little blue specks on it. Look at that. Little blue specks all over the paint. And the reason they did that was because if they just painted it yellow, you would notice every little mark. It's kind of like our carpet here. It's got this nice cool little pattern on it because it hides stains and stuff. So they used cheap plywood to build these, and they painted them yellow, and then they sprayed those little blue speckles all over it because it kind of hides imperfections. Like, see that? What's that imperfection in the wood there? That may have been like that from the factory. It's just kind of cheap plywood. But you don't really notice it because of the little blue dots that kind of break it up. So it hides wear and imperfections, and you don't have to worry about everything being perfectly flat. But with that said, this one's still in really good shape, both sides. It says 1980 Midway Manufacturing Company, all rights reserved. Never been repainted or touched up or anything. And on the back, still got the little plate with the plastic still on it. Nobody ever peeled off. Uh-oh. I almost peeled it off. Wouldn't that be something if that made it all the way from 1980 to 2017? That's 37 years, and then I peeled it off. I'm not going to do it. And so over here, we've got the FCC tag. This equipment has not been tested to show compliance with new FCC rules. I can't read it all, it's so light. Part 15, designed to limit interference. You get the point. Apparently it didn't pass the FCC regulations yet. Still has the original back door, which is also fairly rare. Usually that's missing. I mean, I'm not saying this is like nobody's got one rare. I'm just saying you don't see it too often. And then the kick plate art down here. They call that the kick plate because you kick it a lot while you're playing it. You can see all the little scuffs here and there from people's shoes over the years. Coin door still in good original condition. Wonder if it's still got the coin mechs in it. Still got one of them. We'll have to track down another one. We got plenty of those though. Still wired up with the slam switch. It's your test switch and service switch. Control panel. We touched up the paint on the control panel. It was a little worn, but that's the original control panel overlay. (1980) Midway Manufacturing Company, all rights reserved. Original joystick. One Pac-Man, two Pac-Man. Also the original bezel. In pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of flaking right there, but it's so minor it would be a shame to change it since it's the original. All the other art is pretty good. It says instructions: insert coin, select 1 or 2 players. Pac-Man avoids the ghosts. Dots score 10 points. 4 flashing energizers score 50 points. After energizing, Pac-Man can attack the ghosts. Beware of flashing monsters, which are about to change back to the dangerous colors. Or I guess they never call them ghosts, they just call them monsters. Over here, monster point value. 200, 400, 800, 1600. This is in case you don't know how to play Pac-Man, people. Extra points. 100 for the cherries, 200 for the strawberries, 500 for the, is that an orange? I never knew that. 700, 1,000, 2,000. And then we rebuilt the monitor. This is an Electro-Home G07 monitor, the most popular monitor back then, and what you usually find in Pac-Mans and Miss Pac-Mans. And when we got it, the colors were a little off, and it was pretty washed out. So we did a cap kit, and whenever you do a cap kit on an Electro-Home G07, you have to replace the flyback transformer if it hasn't been replaced before. If it's the original flyback, the new caps will strain it, and what'll happen is you'll put a cap kit in, it'll look this good, and then about a day or two will go by, and the flyback will blow up, like crack it in half, smoke, make a big loud noise, blow the fuse, all of that. So if you're doing a G07, now if the flyback's already been replaced at any time in the past, pretty much you're good to go. It's just those original flybacks. So cap kit, brand new flyback, and it's got a nice, good looking picture on it. It's actually really sharp too. Usually they're not so sharp that you can see the video lines. Let's see if it'll focus. Yeah, see that? I mean, that's sharp, man. For one of these original Electro-Homes, that is really sharp. Usually the focus won't get that good. And it's running the original board set, original Pac-Man board. No kind of emulation or anything. Somebody has replaced the T-molding at some point. This T-molding, that's the original color. It was originally orange. Just like that exact color, and you can buy that inexpensively all over the place. This stuff, whenever you get one, that will be faded just from, it doesn't have to be in the sunlight or anything, but this will fade almost white. So if you get one that hasn't been replaced, this will be like a really light yellow, almost like a off-white. But if you take out a little piece of it, usually they're all messed up, but if you break out a little piece, you'll see on the part that's inside the T-molding barb that it's this color originally. So they look really nice once you replace that T-molding, as you can see. Well, I also repainted the inside. It was a little worn. And then this is the original marquee. It has a little bit of wear. It looks like it's like heat related. I don't know what happened. It's hard to explain it. So what we're going to do is he's going to order a new marquee for it from Phoenix Arcade, which makes perfect quality marquees and artwork for these. Going to leave the control panel overlay because it's original. Going to leave the bezel because it's original. But probably replace that just because it's a little worn. And this is such a nice machine. It would really look a lot better with a nice new marquee. Now on these, if you ever do find one, usually the problem that you have is right here. You can see it a little bit. Let me see if it's going to prove my point for me. Yes. Okay, look at the edge on this side. See how that looks basically the same? There's no wear, really. Now look at the edge on this side. I have to show it to you like this because it's so minor. Okay, see the wear there? See how the paint is barely starting to wear away? Okay, here's a good port too. See the wear, how the black's wearing away? So usually, whenever people play them, most people are right-handed, so they're playing a game like this, and then while they play it, not kidding you, most people will stand there with their hand on the side of the cabinet like that while they're playing it with their other hand. So the left side, the paint will wear off. And the reason it wears off is because 10,000 people have stood there with their hand like that. Moved their hand, this. And so on all of these that you get a spot about this wide that wears, notice where my finger is, that wears off all the way up the cabinet from people doing this while they play the game with their right hand. Crazy. But that's what happens. So my whole point is, here's one that hasn't happened to yet. You can see it a little bit. See the wear? It's starting. So like maybe 10,000 people have played this one, but it doesn't start wearing off until 20,000 people play it. So it's just barely starting to wear, which means this is a really fine specimen because we caught it before it wore off. So there you go. That's a nice, really nice, to be honest, the best condition Pac-Man I've seen this late on. It's almost 40 years old and in really, really nice shape. I don't think we've ever had one that the paint wasn't worn worse on the side there. So this is a really good condition one. Oh, maybe we should look at the meter. So the coin meter, 36,612 plays. So take that as you will. So there you go. I'll set up the tripod. We'll play it a little bit, and you can see what the original Pac-Man on an original Electro Home Geo7 monitor was like. Alright folks, we're going to give Pac-Man a whirl. This is an original Pac-Man, the original Midway game board. It's the original speed chips, no speed up chip. If you haven't ever heard the story about that, basically this is the speed. This isn't the slow version, this is the normal version, right? This is the speed that the game was when it came out. And they ran into a problem. If somebody was even halfway decent, they could play for about 15 minutes before it got difficult enough that you would die, right? Which meant that the arcade operator was only making a quarter like every 15 minutes, so the thing was only making like $1 an hour. So they released the speed up chip, and everybody thinks they released it just to make it a more exciting version of the game. Well, that's a side effect, but the main reason they released it was so that you would die quicker and they could make more quarters, right? So this is the original slow version, which may be too slow for some people. The fast version's fun to play, but we're going to play it as it originally was released. Like we mentioned, this is an Electro Home Geo7 monitor that we've got the camera pointed at. You'll see some artifacts from pointing a camera at a TV, basically, but oh well. Also, standard disclaimer, I'm not the world's best Pac-Man player. Also, standard warning, I turned the damn sound up, so it's kind of loud. So be ready for that. Here we go. Now this is the sound you heard when you dropped in the quarter. Love it. Whoa. Try not to knock over my tripod. And like I said, I'm not the best in the world, but we'll play it a little bit. Also, I don't know the pattern. Sorry. If you want to see somebody play Pac-Man great, this ain't the video. I love how wet the sounds are and stuff. You know, it just sounds amazing. I guess I should be eating ghosts, right? All right, I'm gonna try to get a little technique down. I'm getting the hang of it. We'll get a little technique going. Oh, now what? Table's done turned. We'll see if we can corral them a little bit without them corralling me. Ooh! Woo! Lucky it was the first board. The later board probably wouldn't be so forgiving. No, not going to be able to get him. Another thing about Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, if you don't play it a lot, you might not notice that the more dots you eat, the higher pitched the sound gets in the background. See how high it is right now? Because almost all the dots are gone, which makes it more exciting. You know, oh man, is he going to be able to get them all? Crowd's crazy high now. I'll fake them out. It's just the first board, folks. Believe me, it won't happen again. Oh, man. Give me that strawberry. Give me that extra Pac-Man. Extra man that packs. Come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. Oh, I thought he was going to be a little slower than that. I think if they're not all the way out, you can swing by them. I should have just stayed away, folks. I should have just stayed away. See, I just slid by him that time. Well, I need to stop playing games, people. I need to stop playing games, people. Oh man, I'm screwed. Sometimes you can wiggle it just a little bit, and it'll psych them out, and one of them will run off. Give it them beautiful packed pellets. I might have to just play defensively. I might just have to go defensive on them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Come on, bro. He is on my behind. Trying to keep it PG for the kids. Whoa. Whoa. Now what's up, huh? Now what? I don't see y'all running at me no more. They got me, folks. They got me. That was so horrible. I'm gonna play one more game. I ain't gonna do you like that. We ain't going out like that. Is that my high score I just set? 17,690. Nobody has played this yet today, I don't believe, so I guess so. That's pathetic. What would Billy Mitchell say? Chomp, chomp, chomp. Such a brilliant game, really. I mean, of course, everybody's played it a million times, but really, it's so well designed. It's like a perfect arcade game. Have you seen the Pac-Man T-shirt with the story that the kid came up with about what the game's all about? He comes up with the story that Pac-Man is a Russian astronaut. I don't remember the whole story, but basically, he's on a I think it's Russian. He's on a Russian space station, and they're running out of food and supplies. And so 4 of his cosmonaut friends have already passed away. And he's running around the space station trying to find food, and he keeps finding all these jelly beans or something like that. And so he's running around the space station, and he's taking these big pills like this one, and he keeps hallucinating and seeing all of the ghosts of his dead comrades chasing him around the space station. I just wasn't good enough to do that, folks. I got to beat my previous high. Oh, that story I just told you is just all made up. That's not what the guy that made the game said it about. Made it about. It's just something I read online. But it makes sense. It's a space station. Everybody else has died. I got lucky there. We know I got lucky. I also got lucky there, just in a completely different way. Look at that high score. Look at it. It's in synchronicity, people. Look at that. My score and the high score in perfect double time. Oh, there you go, folks. Everybody's played Pac-Man. That's what it looks like. This is 2017. It's a 1980 Pac-Man, still in really nice shape. It's just been fully serviced and works great. And that's what 37 years old looks like for Pac-Man. Not bad, huh? Not bad. All right. This game's not for sale. We fixed this for a friend of ours. So if you're watching this video, we don't have this one for sale. We may have another Pac-Man for sale, though. You can go check out our website. Go to lionsarcade.com. And everything that we have available for sale right now will be on lionsarcade.com. Even if it's 10 years from now, we're going to keep it up to date. Don't worry about it. If you go there and it's not up to date, email me in the future and let me know, and I'll go update it. But everything we have available for sale is on lionsarcade.com. Now, you can also stop by our shop here and see them all in person. Everything that we have dozens of games at all times here in our shop. We're in downtown Rock Hill, South Carolina. Got a shop full of games. Now, if you're not local, so you can't come by. And you're not looking to buy a game, so you're not going to check out our website. Maybe you just like videos. That's fine. We like making videos. Why do you think I'm filming this one? Make sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube. We do videos every week of classic arcade games, some more classic than others, but you can't get much more classic than this one. But subscribe to us, leave a comment below, let us know what you think about this cabinet. What do you think about my horrible Pac-Man playing? I don't want any tips, people. I know all the tips. I'm just not good at it. It's just how it is. I don't put in the time to get better at it, so you know, no knocking my skills. You can poke a little fun if you want. But leave your comments below. Leave us a thumbs up for taking the time and the trouble to film this video for you, and doing it all for free. So leave us your comments below. Thumbs up the video. Make sure to subscribe to us, and we will see you on the next video. Pac-Man.